Darling, come, sit. Welcome back again to the wonderful world of possibly the most prestigious game known to humankind. Of course, we are talking about chess, the beautiful game, the noble game of a battlefield of players. Now, we've had lessons 101, 102, this is lesson 103. In the first lesson, we learned a little bit of the history of chess, where it's from, some of the origin theories, how the pieces moved. In lesson 2, we figured the final bits of movement, which are castling and enpassant. Okay. In today's lesson, we're going to cover the most famous opening, and as the great Magnus Carlsen said, this is actually, he believed, and I get why he said this, this is the best opening to teach the beginners, which is interesting. This opening has two names. It is called either the scholarsmate or the foolsmate. The foolsmate obviously is a bit more pejorative. It's a bit meaner. But, you know, if you fall for it, you're a fool. But listen, it is a bit of a rite of passage in the game of chess to fall for the fool's mate or the scholar's mate, depending on what you want to call it. And it goes like this, okay? If we look down at our board, okay, we'll look at our pieces here, you will notice all of the pawns are currently being defended by somebody, okay? This pawn over here is being defended by the rook. Same on this side, defended by the rook. And we have this pawn, and this pawn being defended by the bishop. This pawn is being defended by, the queen. This pawn is being defended by a lot of pieces. The knight, the bishop, the queen, and the king. This pawn is defended by a bit of the same, this time, this knight, the bishop, the king, and the queen. But that leaves one special little pawn, the F pawn, because remember it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This little pawn here on F2. And on the case of the black side, F7, because again it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ranks, right? 8 files, 8 ranks. F7, the weak F7 pawn, okay? And you'll notice that there's a weakness for both sides of the chessboard. There's a weakness for the white pieces and the black pieces, only being defended by the king. And if we're going to do a scholar's mate, fool's mate, we're going to attack that weak F7 pawn immediately, right out of the gate. And the way white does this is as following. This is also known as the 4-move checkmate. Checkmate in 4 moves. Move number 1. We bring out the king's pawn to e4, taking control of the center. And of course, this is the most common opening move in all of chess for very good reason, okay? And black normally responds with the same move for the same reason. This is the most common response. There are many other responses, but this is the most common. And now, white will go for an aggressive move. And they're going to start attacking the weak F7 pawn. There are 2 ways of doing this. We can either start off by attacking this pawn with the queen or the bishop. It does not matter which. Let's say we use the bishop. Bring the bishop out to this square, which happens to be C4. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bishop to C4, right here. We have an attacker on the weak F7 pawn. Now, what black should do when black sees this little move right here, black should immediately bring out their knight, their kingside knight right here, the F6. If they do, this they will not be scholars mated. This defends all kinds of things. It creates an attack, it develops, you get ready to castle. This knight right here, the kingside knight, getting developed to F6 solves a lot of problems for the black side. But let us say that black does not do this. And instead, maybe black brings out the other knight, the queenside knight. Yeah, sure, why not? Now, white thinks to themselves, I can be sneaky, and maybe I can get a quick checkmate. And white wants to put a double attack onto this weak pawn right now, so we need to add a second striker right now. The bishop, strike number 1. Strike number 2 is going to come from the queen. Now, do you notice what 2 squares the queen can go to add the double strike? Very good. The queen can come here to f3. Okay, now the queen is attacking the pawn and the bishop. Or the queen can come all the way out here to h5. Okay, h1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Queen to h5. Either way, we have 2 pieces attacking the weak f7 pawn. And even at this point, black does not have to lose this game. There are many moves that black can make to not lose this game at this point. But let's say black makes the classic blunder and goes, I don't like the queen over here. I will now bring out my other knight, and I develop my knight. And now I'm attacking the queen, I'm attacking the pawn, I'm getting my knight developed. Look at me, I'm a good chess player. Yippity-da-doo-da. The problem is, this move is a massive blunder at this point. For we now have checkmate on the move for the white pieces. What is the checkmating move? Very good. Queen captures, beep, boop, bop, boop, f7. And this is checkmate. The bishop is defending the queen, so we cannot capture her back with our own king. We cannot run away anywhere. And of course, we cannot eat. The bishop cannot go kia and block this way. This is an illegal move, obviously. Don't be silly. So this is checkmate. Okay, the game is over. You'll notice, if we use the bishop, is this checkmate? No, it is not. The king can escape by running away. Where can the king run to? Very good. The king could run forward. Now, we're in a tough spot, but that would be a huge blunder for the white pieces. You know, not doing the best move you can ever make in a chess game is putting your opponent in checkmate. That's the best move you can ever make. And if you have an opportunity to do that and you don't, then this, of course, is a giant blunder. But this is checkmate, okay? On white's 4th move. First move was 1, 2, queen either here or here, 3. And on the 4th move, checkmate. Okay, good. Let's back it up. Let's take a look at that one more time. Okay. So, the scholar's move with the 4-move checkmate. One more time. White opens up like this, opens up the garage door for the queen or the bishop to escape. If black plays like this, now we can continue with either the bishop here to c4, okay, attacking the weak f7 pawn. We can also bring the queen out immediately to here. Very aggressive move, attacking here, also threatening this pawn. This is interesting, you know. Again, for young chess players, we always tell them never bring your queen out too early, okay? Because I'm going to attack it, but this is a very aggressive move. Curious to see what the white pieces do, the black pieces do. Maybe the black pieces, if you bring the knight out like so, we lose the pawn here. Check, right? This is not good, right? We don't want to do that. Then we got to block and so forth, and yeah, the game continues. But we don't want to lose this pawn right there, so queen is out here, okay? Maybe black then brings up that pawn like so, okay? Defends, or brings up that knight again, defending like so. And now again we have the second attacker bishop here to c4, beep boop bop boop, okay? And again, if the black pieces are not very careful, and if they make a terrible blunder and move like this, okay, we of course instantly lose the game again with queen takes the weak f7 pawn. Boom, checkmate, okay? This is the scholar's mate. The 4-move checkmate. On the 4th move, the white pieces win. But let us back it up a move, okay? We are here. It is black's move. Black realizes, uh-oh, I am in deep doo-doo. I am about to be checkmated right here by this mean, nasty queen. This is not good for me. What can we do? to not be checkmated. There's many moves we can make to not be checkmated right now. Okay? One move is we can block the queen from going here. We can go like this. Okay? This is now defending. Okay? The queen is now being attacked, and we are defending against being checkmated here. Can the queen safely capture the pawn here? No, of course not. This is check, but the knight would simply gallop over and kabam, kablooey, and take out the queen. So that would be a terrible idea. Okay? So don't do that. So now the queen is being threatened. Okay? And let's say the queen though backs up. Boop, 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 to here. Well, now once again we are threatening checkmate. If the queen captures this undefended pawn, we are in deep doo-doo. So what can we do? Well, there are many things we can do. Probably the most obvious and maybe the one you saw immediately. So again, you can bring out your king side knight. Now, is the knight being threatened by the queen? It is. However, what piece is defending the knight? Your own queen. Very good. So the queen is defending the knight. Bop, bop, beep. There's no real threat here. Yeah, the bishop can take here. This is true. This is fine. We can just take the bishop, and the game will continue. You know, who knows what will happen, but you're now up by a full, 2 points. You're up by 2 pawns, and you have a piece advantage, which is a very big deal. That light squared bishop is a very powerful piece. Losing it like that would be a tragedy for the white pieces. So, bringing your knight out. You could also do something else. What else could you do? Just so you see all the options. What else could you do? You could defend the pawn with your queen by either going to here. Okay. You could also bring your queen all the way to here. And now you're offering a queen trade. You're saying, hey, you want to dance, lady? Let's dance. Let's do the tango. Let's do the mortality tango and see the chicken tango and see who blinks first. And the white pieces, of course, we can just trade queens. But this would be very good for the black pieces. Okay, if we trade queens right now, black has now switched up the game, and now black has tempo. Because you'll notice, black is further in development. White only has 1 pawn and 1 bishop developed. Black has 2 knights developed. We're threatening the center squares. We're thinking about getting our bishop fianchettoed or fianchettoed, or just developing this way as well, or developing out here or out here, developing the bishop. The black is now has more developed moves than the white pieces. So that would be a very good move. That would be very good for the black pieces, not good for the white pieces. Okay? Very good. Technically, you could push the pawn here. This is very, very aggressive. The issue with pushing the pawn, it is defended by the queen. Boop. And defended by the knight. Okay, good. And I'm sure this is playable, but you just would not want the castle now on the king side of the chessboard, because your kind of pawn structure is all cattywampus and messed up over here with the big open diagonals, and so you wouldn't want a castle on this side of the chessboard. You would want a castle on the queen side. Nothing wrong with that. Just saying. Things to think about. Okay? Very good. So again, let's back up to the beginning. Beep, boop, bop, boop. Okay? In the beginning, there was chess. Yeah. Okay. So, again, you open up with your king's pawn, 2 spaces. If black opens up like this, you can either bring your queen out to here, your bishop out to here. And the move, if you see the bishop come out here and you are playing the black pieces, what move should you automatically make? Very good. You bring out your knight immediately, and this solves a lot of your problems. The queen can still go to here, but is this a threat? No, it's not a threat. I mean, yeah, the queen is attacking the knight, but the knight is defended by the queen, and the knight is also defended by the pawn here, okay? The g-pawn, all right? So this is not a real threat. And if the queen was so foolish as to be like, ha, I know how to play the scholar's mate. I know what I'm doing. I bring my bishop right here to attack the weak pawn, and then I bring my queen out to here. He. I bring my queen to here, and now I get captured. Exactly, then I would simply capture the king. And then black should go on to win the game. Should. Not necessarily, it depends, but look, they should. Okay? Let's continue a moment. Let's say we go here, but we don't go here. Let's say we did bring out the other knight in this instance. Ooh. And once again, white brings out their queen to here. And like a young chess player, you know you need to bring out your... Oh, you need to now move the knight because you have touched the knight. Exactly. You touch a piece, you must move that piece, darling. Oops. So now I have to move the knight because I touched it. And I know that if I go to here, oops, that's game over for me. That's no good. If I go to here, this is also checkmate. This is no good for me. But, I could also do what? Good, I could bring the knight over to here to the edge of the chessboard. And I have seen this happen with many young chess players. The white pieces are like, ha ha ha, I have won victory. Ha, beep boop bam, and I have checkmated you. Ha, I win. And then the black pieces are like, ho ho ho, no way, Jose. Slow your roll. The knights can go backwards. Boom. And the knight takes out the big mighty queen by jumping on her face backwards and putting his big butt right in her face. Boom. Smushes her. Just big knight butt. Big horse butt right in the face. Boom. I think that's funny. But a big horse butt goes right in the queen's face. And then the queen is taken out. That's a tough way to go. By being sat on by a horse. I don't want to be sat on by a horse. That sounds painful and honestly a little smelly. I love horses, but you know, horse butts are stinky. All butts are stinky. Everybody knows this. Don't pretend you don't know this. Anyway, moving along. So that is the scholar's mate. Boop, beep. Okay, so the 4-move checkmate. And just for demonstration purposes, we'll flip the board around so you can see from the other side. So we'll just rotate this chessboard here. Okay. And now you can see it from the defensive side. So again, this is your weak f7 pawn. Okay. And white opens up like this. Then you defend, well, not defend yet, but you go like this. And you see the bishop come out here. Boop. Okay. And you should automatically do what move? Exactly. You should bring your knight out here to this square, to f6. Very powerful square. And the game continues. That will probably transpose into an Italian game, in which case the knight goes here, attacking here, you're attacking here. All kinds of crazy things can happen, all kinds of fireworks. But that transposes into an Italian game. But this move right now, this is a very important move, okay? Very important move. But even if you don't do this move right now, let's say you played this move, a bit passive, okay? A bit of a passive move. But you have a cute little pawn chain, you got 3 in a row, okay? And now the queen comes out and she either can go here, okay? Attacking you, or she can come out to here, okay, double attacking the weak f7 pawn. Once again, you don't have to die, even though you did not bring your knight out like I told you to. And if you bring your knight out now, you die. Queen takes you, and this is checkmate. Okay. So we don't do the bring the knight out now. It's too late. The queen is already behind the enemy lines. Now what can you do? You can either defend this pawn, okay, you can attack, you can do this, okay, you can attack the queen, you can bring your own queen out to either here, okay, or here, defending the pawn, okay, you can use your queen to do it, you can also, you can't, if you bring out the bishop, this is not a good move, darling. Why is this not a good move to bring out your bishop to protect against that? Correct. If you bring out your bishop here, I simply capture the bishop, and I can't take back because this pawn is pinned. If I take back, I put myself into check, and that is illegal in the game of chess. You cannot do this. So you basically just gave me a free bishop, so don't do that. That's not a good idea. Okay, so you can use your queen, defends the pawn, queen, defends the pawn, or queen, defends the pawn this way, and you can also use your knight to defend the pawn. Again, your knight can go boop, 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 and now your knight is defending the pawn. Now there is a little phrase in chess that says, a knight on the rim is dim. A knight on the rim is dim, papa. A knight on the rim is dim, cha-cha-cha. A knight on the rim is dim, woo-woo. And this is simply implying that in general, if you bring a knight to the rim of the chessboard, it's simply not as powerful. Okay, from here, the knight is only attacking these two squares. Okay, it's defending the square too, which is very important, obviously, right now, defending backwards. But it's only attacking these two squares. Whereas if you'd brought the knight out here earlier, before the queen came here, if the knight is here, back here, boop, the knight is now attacking here, 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 and here, defending here, defending here. So the knight is more powerful in the middle of a chessboard, okay? But once the queen is here, the knight can go here. And we are preventing checkmate. So this is the scholar's mate or the fool's mate, depending on how you want to look at it, or simply the 4-move checkmate. Everybody's going to see it. It's a classic opening. All the beginners use it, and it's just a rite of passage. Basically, every chess player either gets checkmated by this at some point in time, or they checkmate somebody else with it at some point in time. Okay, darling, that is all for today. Chess 103, the scholar's mate. Okay? Okay, bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye, shoo. I talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, darling. Mwah.